part I wish to address about thought as mental images is creativity. I said in a previous lecture that we become our own gods when we conjure up mental images, and I stick by that statement. Out of all the definitions of the word God, there is one that includes the ability to create, then yes, we do become our own gods when we create mental images. How is this even possible? The answer boils down to the difference between objectivity and subjectivity. In a debate between the atheist neuroscientist Sam Harris and the Christian theologian William Lane Craig, a link to which I have inserted into the description below, the latter started off the debate by proclaiming that to say that moral values are objective is to say that they are, quote, valid and binding, independent of human opinion. This means that for anything to be objective, it has to be immune to human opinion. Just because someone disagrees with an objective truth doesn't make it any less true. I think that this is, so far, the most brilliant description of what people perceive as objective, but don't know how to put it into words. Now, to sharpen Craig's definition, I'd like to add that objective truths are also independent of animal opinion. If it were true that dogs see in black and white, which it's not, that wouldn't render blue paint as dim or dark or lightless. No, blue paint still emits the frequency of blue light waves. It's not unable to emit light in the same way that black paint is. So there you have it. An objective truth is something valid and binding, independent of human or animal opinion. What do human and animal opinion have in common? The mind. Hence, objective truths are independent of the mind, while subjective truths are dependent on the mind. We are obligated to believe in scientific facts simply because they are objective in the sense of being independent of our minds, but we don't have to exclusively believe in anything that's independent of our minds. Our list of beliefs has to include the things that are independent of our minds, but that list can also include the things that only we can understand based on our own wisdom. When we draw upon our wisdom to understand what is true to us, we create mental images, such as imaginary friends. Our imaginary friends don't have to contradict the objective truths that exist independently of our minds. So when we are children, it's perfectly acceptable for us to have imaginary friends. They provide us comfort when real people are unable to give it to us. They teach us life lessons that we keep in our hearts as we grow up into adolescence and eventually adulthood. Now, I am not going to take a stance on whether or not it's okay to keep having imaginary friends during adulthood. I will simply respect the two opinions that cannot both be objectively true at the same time. Instead, I just hope that by illustrating the difference between objectivity and subjectivity, you can understand how it's even possible for mere human beings who are insignificant compared to the universe to use the mind to create something out of nothing, even though its existence will depend on your mind for the rest of your life. Thank you all for tuning into Thursday's class sessions. Like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, subscribe to my channel, and buy the 3 volumes of my novel on Amazon, Lulu.com, or BarnesandNoble.com. I've been Varun Gupta, the Autistic Skeptic. Until next time, think skeptically, historically, and psychologically.